Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. How are you doing, Joey?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. Hey, did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. Thanksgiving is always fun with family, right?
Yes, yeah. I told myself I wasn't going to overeat, and guess what?
You didn't overeat.
Nope, I did. We've got Jake Krabbe from Academy Mortgage with us today. And how's it going, Jake?
Jake.
Going wonderful.
One of our sponsors of the show. So, agents, if you're listening up, give Jake a try. Reach out to Jake at Academy Mortgage. That's Jake Krabbe. Now, Jake, I remember one time you told us about these single property websites, things that you have for marketing. And we get, agents listen up, we get this question a lot at our classes. Well, what kind of landing page should I have for my property? And I know you guys have some that are really awesome, really cool. Sellers love them. So feel free to reach out to Jake directly, and he can give you some examples of those for sure.
Yeah, easy, and it's such an easy process. We get an MLS number and we have them made in 3 minutes.
Yeah,
it's slick. It uses the photos right from the MLS, pulls all this data, and the thing that the agents love most about them is each site comes with pre-made flyers. Mm-hmm. So there's literally just a button you click in the corner, and they have options of, I don't even know how many flyers. There's like a dozen different flyers you can choose from. Some have loan options on them, some don't. Everything's co-branded, everything's marketing approved, so it's no calling your lender at 5 o'clock. Hey, I have an open house tomorrow. Can you print out some flyers for me?
Yeah.
But it's just click a button, and then there they are.
No, that's awesome. Hey, if you're interested in that, I'm gonna we'll make sure to put in the post when this goes live. We'll put Jake's information in there so you can reach out to him directly.
Yeah.
And he'll send you an example, and you'll be like, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
That's how it normally goes.
Absolutely, it does. It's kind of like this. Oh, yeah. All right, so why don't we jump into some of the things that are making headlines today?
Yeah.
Obviously, loan limits is one thing, right?
Loan limits, like we were saying before the show, if you're friends with a lender on Facebook or a dozen of them, you probably saw some status updates that conventional loan limits are going up.
Yeah.
So that's Fannie and Freddie both made their announcement, kind of that new baseline loan limits, 453-100.
Yeah.
That's going up from 424-100. So it's a big jump.
It is, yeah.
Big jump this year, which is awesome. And so everyone understands that's based on any loans that are funded starting January 1st. So obviously most banks are closed on January 1st, so really it's going to be January 2nd.
Yeah. But
it's not like you have to wait until January 2nd to start an application.
Got it, okay.
They can be in the process right now. In fact, Freddie Mac is updating their automated underwriting system the weekend of December 2nd. So starting December 4th, we can run AUS.
Okay.
Fannie Mae is doing it the next weekend.
Got it,
so we can start running that AUS and getting approvals in 2 weeks on those higher loans.
Okay. So as long as the funding takes place after January 2nd, basically, or January 1st. So.
Exactly. As long as that funding date is in January, we can take advantage of those higher loan limits. And I know we don't have any in common, but I had another LO in our office just yesterday. Like, hey, I got this 475 purchase price closing January 10th. They're going to be pumped because they were thinking they had to bring all the way into 424.
Yeah.
And they just saved themselves $29,000.
Nice.
Bringing into the closing table. So that's
you can
pretty
go through
cool.
the whole process, locking everything prior to.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
Get it all done. And then haven't heard anything official from the VA or HUD yet.
Yeah.
That usually they wait, see what the conforming stuff's going to do, make an announcement later. I expect something. If we get something by Friday, maybe early next week. But in all likelihood, VA is going to follow suit, raise their limit to the 453-100, and HUD usually uses a percentage of that. So like we saw last year, went from 417 to 424. HUD did the same thing. They increased a little bit. Expect to see the same thing. I would expect here in Maricopa County to see an FHA limit somewhere in the mid to high 290s.
Okay.
It's kind of what I'm thinking, getting us close to that 300.
Yeah.
Still not 346, 250 that we loved back in 2012, 13. But getting some increases there.
Okay. All right.
And it's great because a lot of areas, I mean, 280,000, 300,000, that's an entry-level home in a lot of areas in the Valley.
Absolutely.
Tempe, Scottsdale, I mean, even Chandler Gilbert anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's entry-level home for a lot of folks.
That is true. That is so true. And I know you're going to talk a little bit about some of the changes with DPA programs, I know too. But
yeah.
How about rates? Have they been pretty steady?
Pretty steady, pretty stable. We were just kind of talking about refinances and what's going on with that. We kind of saw, for the folks that follow the market, mid-September was when we really saw this low dip, like early September 7th, September 9th, something like that, through late September, we saw this big dip. And so we had a lot of refinance applications take place. And then the following 2-3 weeks into mid-October, this is where the rates started to go back up and more people started to jump on boat.
Got it.
So a lot of the big mass refinances kind of closed up end of October, mid-November. We kind of saw our refinance fundings hit like that 20 to 25% of our total volume.
Right.
Now we're back down to a little bit more normal 15% to 20% range. Overall, though, the rates, I mean, we've ticked up a little bit, but overall, it's still pretty stable. Mm-hmm. And there's been a lot going on. If we look at the CFPB, that's obviously been a big thing. The Director Cordray stepping down into this month. And there was a big battle, basically, that took place. Because what happened is he said, here's my deputy director. This is the person that's going to replace me when I leave. And the president said, no, I appoint who's going to be. And so I'm appointing Mike Mulvaney to take over.
Yeah.
And I believe it was either yesterday or Monday. I think it was yesterday. The judge ruled in favor of the president. And so Mike Mulvaney is going to be the person taking over. And he already came in on Monday, and they're doing a 30-day regulation freeze, a 30-day hiring freeze. I think it was a 90-day or 30-day freeze on spending any of the money that they basically got in the pot.
Got it.
So he's basically come in and said, we're pretty much stopping everything. Let me take a look at all the stuff we're doing, the direction of the CFPB, and really reevaluate, what we want to do. So it's going to be really interesting.
All right.
What happens with that?
Dude, I have to say that
is the mustache distracting? Is that what's going on?
That's what I'm saying. Just above the pop filter there. I keep seeing this furry thing. I'm like, squirrel. No, I'm just. So you want to explain? Obviously, you did.
Yeah, got the mustache
the
growing.
No shave.
Yeah, we went with the
whatever.
Movember campaign this year. Krabbe team. We put together kind of a funny little video. People might have seen it on Facebook. But it was kind of a funny video about somewhat of a serious topic, trying to raise some money for some awareness more than anything, some cancer research and prevention. So had a stretch goal of raising $5,000. Probably not going to get quite there, but probably going to hit that 2,500 mark, which was kind of our minimum. So pretty cool. Donated some funds from each one of our closed loans. Had some friends and family donate. So I'm kind of ready for it to go, though.
All right.
I haven't trimmed the stash in, I don't even know. It's been since early October since I've trimmed it or done anything.
Yeah.
I had to get it prepped for the month, So.
Yeah, that's right. No,
but it's ready. It's ready to go. Friday morning, it's gone.
Friday's gone.
Yeah.
All right. That's funny. So CFPB. Okay, we talked a little bit about that. How about the? I know the grant programs are really popular in the Valley.
Yeah.
And there's some changes there. So what's going on?
Changes there as well. It kind of, for the good and for the bad, it's another one of these things where there's a little bit of a give and take to it. On the surface, it looks mostly bad. But basically, Home and 5, Home Plus, those are the two big dogs with down payment assistance. They're changing their grant funds from essentially a gift, money that's just completely forgiven, it's yours to keep, to a silent second. And the way the silent second is going to work, it's not interest bearing. It's chopped away. It's prorated on a monthly basis over 36 months.
Okay.
So if you sell or refinance or pay off your loan within the first 36 months of getting the home, essentially, you're going to have to pay a portion of those funds back. Now, the reason for this is basically people were abusing the system, so to speak. The down payment assistance, it's not a first-time home buyer program. It's not a requirement. But that's kind of the intent. It's to help people
that really need the help.
Yeah, that really need the help with the money. And so maybe people were, when they bought the home to begin with, but then maybe they got themselves in a better financial situation, or they bought that home with no money out of pocket, and then 12 months later, like, let me just buy another one. And they were using that down payment assistance again.
Got it.
And so they're trying to curb some of that. They're also trying to curb what's happening is folks refinancing really quickly. So there's only a 90-day essentially buyback period. So if you refinanced after 90 days, the nobody lost their commission. Basically, the spread wasn't paid back, but there was no limit on how fast you could refinance. So you were seeing folks buy the home and refinance within 30 to 45 days. That was really costing the originating lender.
Sure.
So it hurt a lot of folks like us, the independent mortgage banks, because people would come, we do all the work to get them in the home on the purchase, and then they'd go to Big Brother that specializes in refinances and do that real quick. So put some protections in place there. The good side, though, so that's kind of the bad for the consumer is, hey, you're not going to be able to turn and burn a refinance. You're not going to be able to collect a bunch of these properties, that sort of thing. But what we found is when we're running AUS, so DU, LP, it prefers silent seconds to just straight gift funds. So more folks, especially on the kind of that fringe, like the lowest FICOs, the highest DTIs, are more likely to get approved because now they've got this second that's in place on the loan. Okay. So it looks at that more favorable than just a straight gift money that doesn't have to be repaid.
Got it. Okay.
So a benefit to some folks that are kind of fringe out there.
Yeah. Okay. Silent second though. So still no actual payment.
No payment with it. No payment. No interest rate.
Yeah.
So for most, a large portion of people out there who truly use this program the way it was intended, it's going to have no effect on them whatsoever.
Got it.
I mean, it's really what it is. Taking advantage of a refinance. I mean, the 36-month period. That's a little long, kind of in my opinion, especially to be able to refinance that loan. I'd like to seen that maybe be 12 or 18 months.
Yeah.
But we're also kind of in this escalating interest rate environment. So the number of folks that are getting in now, 6-12 months from now, rates might even be the same or higher than where they're getting in at. So I think it's going to have a pretty minimal effect on those refinances.
Okay. All right. So interest rates. So it's funny, right? We were talking before the show about how, pandemonium hits, right? If we're at 5% or 5.5%.
Yeah.
We go back and look at the last 25 years, right? It's like 7.25%.
It's crazy. And I had a conversation, I don't remember if it was Monday, Tuesday. Somebody asked me this week, like, where are we at compared to where we thought we were going to be? Are we going up higher? What's kind of the forecast? And really, I think we're if we looked at flashback to maybe not this time last year, but right before the election, and maybe even about this time last year, a lot of people projected we'd be higher than where we are now. Yeah. Everybody, I mean, I can't even tell you how long it's been that I've heard around November, December, we're going to be in the mid 5% next year. I mean, I think since 2013, 14 it was going to happen, 15 it was going to happen, 16 is going to happen, and now we're sitting here. It's like, all right, 2018, it has to happen, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, you look at with the Fed, CFPB changing authority there. Same thing with the Fed.
Right.
We just had the Senate confirmation hearing for Jay Powell take place this week, who's going to be the new head of the Fed. Janet Yellen has announced that she's going to be stepping down. So we've got all these open Fed seats on top of new leadership there. It kind of feels like he's going to maintain the status quo to a certain extent, but there's a lot of question marks. And I just I don't see us at 5.5%, 6% even this time next year.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's enough. I know that everybody sees the economy supposedly is better, and I get it is, and we're adding more jobs here locally. But they look at those things on a national level, right? So I don't think that we'll see much of an increase.
And the inflation one, I think, is really starting to be a big one.
Yeah,
and have a little bit of concern there. There's just hasn't been any, and wage growth as well. Wage growth just it's pretty stagnant.
Yeah, at some point we have to say, wait, we can't go 10 years with as low rates as we have.
Yeah,
right? People that actually have money in investments probably won't be too happy about that either.
Yeah, well, I mean, people's 401ks crushing it right now.
I know I mean, the markets are going crazy.
The Dow
is
out of control right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, right?
Just don't put all your money in Bitcoin.
Jeff was talking about
Well,
that.
if I had done it 6 months ago, that might have been a different story, right?
Yeah, man, the alarm bells are going off for me right now on Bitcoin, but I don't know.
Well, I had a friend send me a text, and he's doing some of this stuff, and I said, only put in what you're willing to lose.
For sure. For
and he
sure.
Goes, what? I said, yeah. I said, have you seen the movie The Big Short, right? No.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I need to watch that again. Not that it's about, cryptocurrency or anything, but, markets can go crazy. Irrational exuberance all over the place.
Oh, my gosh. Seems like, we went from, 3,000 to 10,000 in 3 months?
Yeah, it was like 10.9 or something. Just, crazy.
It's all the rage. My brother's talking about like crazy. He's 20.
Yeah.
And so, all the kids in school that's the rage.
I saw an article the other day that said that people are actually using credit cards to purchase Bitcoin.
Oh.
And that
doesn't seem like money you're willing to lose there.
Disaster, if you ask me. Anyway,
we'll stick with real estate.
Yeah,
absolutely. I know we talked about the single property websites earlier too. So if somebody want to reach out to you, give us a phone number or email.
Yeah. Give us a call 480-442-9291. We're real easy to find online too. Krabbe spelled with a K, kind of like Krabby Patty. Krabbe. But if you throw Jake Krabbe or Krabbe Team, Academy Mortgage, anything like that into Google, you're going to find us. I mean, we're all over Facebook, Yelp, Zillow.
Yeah.
We pop up pretty easy.
Cool, man. Well, thanks so much for giving us an update.
Yeah.
Everything's
smooth
we'll
sailing.
Get this out there to him. And so if you have any questions, reach out to Jake on any of these topics, and he'll make sure to sit down with you or go over some things over the phone or... if you have a buyer that you want to get over to Jake, make sure to reach out to him directly.
Heck yeah.
All right, well, I tell you what, until next time, this is Jeff Underwood and
Joey Sompaga.
We are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs. Coming to you from Security Title Studio, and Jake Krabbe with Academy Mortgage, a wonderful sponsor. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks, guys.
Jake.
Fun as always.
Awesome.
All right, take care, guys.
Adios.
See ya. All right, good job.
Yes.
Boom, that flies by, doesn't that?
Good info. Yeah, I saw Joey doing his little thing over there.
The Weekly Closer podcast is sponsored by Jake Krabbe, NMLS number 877141 at Academy Mortgage. Are you looking to buy or refinance a home? Jake Krabbe is your mortgage professional. Contact Jake at 480-442-9291. Jake Krabbe is a loan officer at Academy Mortgage, NMLS number 877141. State license for Arizona number 0920357, AZBK number 0904081, and New Mexico number 877141. Academy Mortgage Corporation, NMLS 3113, and New Mexico 01451. Call 480-442-9291. Address 15333 North Pima Road, Suite 205, Scottsdale, Arizona 85260. Academy Mortgage is an equal housing lender.